Jai Jagannath. We are in the holy city of Puri, the spiritual home of Lord Jagannath and the birthplace of world famous Rath Yatra. Today, it's our privilege to speak with His Majesty, the Gajapati Maharaja of Puri. Thank you, sir, joining with us. Sir, if you were to describe Jagannath ji in 3 words, what would that be?
Lord Jagannath, as his very name indicates, is Lord of the universe. In other words, he is the Supreme Lord who is worshipped in infinite names and forms throughout the world by all humanity.
Sir, Hindu know Lord Jagannath, but far understand why the Gajapati Maharaj is revered as a Charanti Vishnu. Could you explain the philosophy?
Lord Jagannath is the Supreme Lord, and according to the historical narrations that we have since many centuries, the sovereign ruler of Kalinga or Utkal or now Odisha dedicated themselves as a servant of the Lord. They proclaimed that the Lord himself is the sovereign, is the real sovereign, the Maharaja, and the ruler is his servant or his Rauta as they called themselves. And so the king has to set the example of a Sevak in front of the Lord. So it is the emotions of the people that they started calling Gajapati as the Charanti Vishnu, but in reality the status and the identity of the Gajapati Maharajas is that of a Sevak, and the Charanti Vishnu or the Charanti Pratima of Lord Jagannath is Sri Krishna, who's taken out in various festivals in procession out of the temple.
Sir, has Lord Jagannath ever surprised you, perhaps through a moment during Rath Yatra that you still think about years later?
Lord Jagannath is beyond comprehension, beyond our limited intellectual understanding. So every Rath Yatra we find something which we cannot understand. So basically the Lord comes out so that devotees from all over the world can come and have his darshan and to seek his grace. So we are extremely happy that this year we have many devotees. It's a huge gathering, congregation, right from the day of the beginning of the yatra, which is Sri Gundicha Yatra on Ashadha Shukla Paksha Tithi, to the return yatra, which is known as Bahuda Yatra on Dashami Tithi. Countless devotees have come and had his darshan, sought his grace, and prayed for the welfare of the whole world.
Sir, this year Rath Yatra sparked conversation because Lord Jagannath Taya was absent. Does it have a significance?
There is no such significance that we can attach to it, although this is something that should not have happened. From what I could understand by discussions with the concerned Sevaks on that very day of the incident, which is Sri Gundicha Day, the 16th of this month, the Tahya that was adorning Lord Jagannath was somehow made very ostentatiously and was rather heavy, more heavy than it should be. As a result, the Sevaks who were doing the procession, the Pahandi as it is called, found it very difficult to bring the lords in procession with the Tahya, so they had to remove the Tahya. This is a very surprising thing. The management of course will look into it and will see that such incidents don't happen in future.
Sir, why has Chhera Pahanra remained so central to the Jagannath tradition?
Chhera Pahanra, as we see it on the television, is that the sovereign is performing a ritual with a broom, cleaning the parikrama around the throne of the Lords on the chariot. and then he's sprinkling sandalwood water and dry sandalwood wood powder on that parikrama. This is a ritual which has been there for many centuries. We do not know when it began, but all the sovereigns, the sovereign rulers of Odisha or then Utkal or Kalinga performed this seva. I suppose to show that that we really, all of us, every human being is a servant of the Lord, and the king has to show that real status of the individual in this great festival for everyone to see, that our real role in this human life is that of a servant, that is to say, serving the Supreme Lord.
Sir, when the crowd of lakhs has surrounded you and you hold the golden broom, do you feel like a king or do you feel completely invisible before the Lord?
As I said, the role of the Gajapati, the position of the Gajapati Maharajas since the beginning is that of a servant of the Lord. As a humble servant serving the Lord with devotion, there has to be no ego of a king, and in fact, no ego at all if he has to really surrender to the Lord.
Sir, what are the biggest challenge in balancing ancient tradition with the modern crowd management for millions of devotees?
When thousands and lakhs of devotees gather on the Grand Road of Puri for the Rath Yatra, it is a big challenge for the administration. The crowd is increasing every year. The space, of course, on the road is limited. However, the administration is prepared and tries its very best to keep everything in order, and the crowd control is properly done so that there is no incident which happens of any injury or any such incident which is harmful to the people.
Sir, what is the one sacred rituals or secret tradition of the Rath Yatra that the cameras never capture and the public never sees?
What we don't see is the bhav of the devotees. We see the physical scenery, the physical situation is seen, but the subtle bhav, the devotion of the people, they connect between the individual and the Lord, the devotee and the Lord. That inner connect, of course, is not seen, that is not captured by your televisions.
Sir, the Jagannath Temple has managed devotees offering for centuries. What practices have helped maintain that trust over generations?
The temple of Lord Jagannath is unique in the sense that according to the scriptures, the Supreme Lord himself manifested here. Paramatma, Parameshwara, Param Brahma manifested in this Daru Vigraha form in the first Manvantar of this year of Lord Brahma, the 51st year. Before that, they were present as Madhava in the same place but without a temple. So the scriptures make it clear that the Chaturdha Daru Vigrahas, Lord Jagannath, are the Supreme Lord. And therefore, the worship procedures, the various rituals and the various festivals which have been coming down since centuries are those which are befitting the Supreme Lord. So, it is in what I know, what I can gather is one of the most complex ritual systems, one of the most complicated and elaborate traditional Seva Puja that we can see in any institution around the world. So it's a very difficult, it's a very complicated, complex system to maintain and to perform smoothly.
Thank you, Maharaj ji. Thank you for sharing your invaluable insights and blessing with us. From Puri, Satish Kumar. Sir, what is the significance of world famous Rath Yatra?
The Rath Yatra of Lord Jagannath is performed every year in devotional obedience to the divine commandments of Lord Jagannath himself. When Lord Brahma installed Lord Jagannath in the Adi temple in Purushottam Kshetra Puri, that Adi temple built by Maharaja Indradyumna, Lord Jagannath himself commanded Indradyumna to perform his 12 major festivals during the year. The first one is Snan Yatra, and he said that this is the day the Lord manifested. It is his birthday, and that is Jyeshta Purnima Tithi. So that is celebrated as Snan Yatra. And then he said that for 15 days no one should have my darshan, and thereafter on Ashadha Shukla Paksha Dutya Tithi, he would like to visit his birthplace, Kundicha Mandapam, and stay there for 7 days. And then after that on Dashami Tithi to come back to his main temple, Sri Mandira. So this festival is celebrated in obedience to the divine commandments of Lord Jagannath. It is for the yatra is performed, is celebrated for his pleasure. And the Lord himself says that this yatra is for my pleasure. But if we look at the other side of it, if the Lord is inside the temple, everyone cannot have his darshan. He is the Lord of the universe, not only of the human society, but of all beings, not only of this planet, but of the entire universe. Therefore, if he is inside the temple, it is not possible. Throughout the year, his Utsava Vigrahas go out. So people have darshan of the Utsava Vigraha, but not of the Lord directly, the Chaturdhadaru Vigrahas. So to give darshan to the whole world, because he is Jagatnatha, he commanded that he has to be taken on this yatra, and so that everyone can have his darshan when he is on the chariot out on the street. So he comes out to give his darshan and for people to seek his grace. The entire humanity has this opportunity, and all beings have the opportunity. So it's a very rare festival and a very rare incident, because in Sanatana Vaidika Dharma, the presiding deities do not come out of the sanctum sanctorum, do not leave the temple after they have been consecrated. But here the presiding deities are taken out because it is the very command of the Lord himself. He is Lord of the universe, and he would like everyone to have his darshan. And of course, he would like to visit his birthplace for 7 days. So it is in devotional obedience to his command that this festival is being held.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining with us.